chocolate, I want chocolate, I want chocolate, I want chocolate.
It's a struggle every day to do anything. And nobody should have to live the way I do.
My whole body hurts. I'm tired of being fake.
Okay. You gotta get healthy.
LaTonya Patain struggled with severe lymphedema and weight issues that brought her face-to-face with Dr. Now's tough love. LaTonya's life was a constant battle, with lymphedema severely limiting her mobility. Confined to her bed and dependent on her fiancé, Don, and her caretaker, Virgie, she could only move around with the help of a motorized wheelchair parked permanently beside her bed. Imagine being so restricted that even a trip to the bathroom becomes a major ordeal.
The life that I'm living right now is uncomfortable. Oh, wow. I barely can get out the bed because of my weight and the lymphedema in both of my legs. It hurts night and day. Like, the pain is unbearable. It's a fatty tissue that makes your legs swell. Being in this body, being uncomfortable 24/7, it's a different kind of experience.
The opening scene of her episode revealed the extent of her daily struggles. We watched as LaTonya, with assistance from Virgie, battled through a bathing process. Exhausted by just getting cleaned, she sought comfort in a massive breakfast. And when I say massive, I mean a mountain of food that included 6 eggs, bacon, grits, pancakes, biscuits, toast, and more. A feast that could easily feed 3 people. But how would this affect her meeting with Dr. Now?
Can I have some juice, Miss V? When I eat, it takes the stress away. That's what I do to help me cope with things.
I need a roller cart.
Right.
We gonna have to get one.
I know that the food is unhealthy and it's not good for me, but with the habit that I had so long, it's hard to change that. So I'm disappointed in myself for letting myself get to this place, but you know, you can't change the past.
Determined to turn her life around, LaTonya and Don traveled to Houston to seek help from Dr. Now. Upon reviewing her records, Dr. Now was shocked to find that LaTonya had gained nearly 150 pounds since their last encounter 5 years ago. His advice was blunt: you don't have time now to waste. He also urged her to ditch the motorized wheelchair, but LaTonya countered with excuses about eating more, as another doctor supposedly advised. Dr. Now was not buying it.
Well, LaTonya, it says here in the chart that you came in 5 years ago when you were 482 pounds, and now you're 631 pounds. And how long you been in this motorized wheelchair?
About 5 years.
Okay, so things have gotten worse for you. So now, how motivated you are to change your eating habit, how motivated you to change your life, and how motivated you are to give up this motorized wheelchair?
I'm very motivated.
As expected, Dr. Now's patience began to wear thin, especially after hearing her excuses. His response: you have eaten the food that belonged to the next 4 years ahead of time. So if you don't eat, you're gonna be all right. Yet, despite this savage reality check, LaTonya struggled to stick to the diet plan, often complaining that the meal plan was comparable to dog food. Her resistance to change was visible.
Bacon, eggs, grits.
Are you hungry in the morning?
No, sir.
But if you're not hungry, you don't have to eat.
But the doctor told me that if I don't eat, then my metabolism is high or low or something like that.
Okay, let me tell you one thing. Everybody gonna confuse you, but you should never get confused about one thing: eat less.
Yes.
Okay? There's no confusion with that. Okay? Now, if you really put the math together, you have eaten the food that belonged for next 4 years ahead of time. So don't feel like you have to eat.
As he watched LaTonya make minimal progress, the disappointment was evident in Dr. Now's demeanor. She frequently criticized the hospital food and cheated on her diet with fried fish and French fries. After 5 months, there were no signs of significant weight loss, and she continued to rely on her wheelchair instead of walking. This lack of progress prompted Dr. Now to admit her into the hospital for a strict diet and close monitoring. But LaTonya's cooperation was less than stellar.
I think the issue with her back pain is more about deflecting again from the fact she hasn't made the progress she needs. And she knows that, so she's using other issues to try to distract from that again, to try to avoid facing the situation. But with the state of her body and the strain she still has on it, there could be other issues we need to address with her. So we ran some tests and checked her out to see what state her body is in.
During one memorable hospital visit, LaTonya complained about the lack of flavor in her food and even dared to ask Dr. Now to intervene. His response? Well, I don't know why you don't like the food everyone else eats in the world. When she showed him her lunch of beans and meat and likened it to dog food, Dr. Now coolly remarked, "Yeah, it's a good lunch." Classic. Dr. Now.
Can you talk to her about the food that they've been sitting in here?
Well, I don't know why you don't like the food that everybody else eats in the world. Show me what they brought you.
This, I didn't touch it.
Well, that's good. Good lunch.
I don't eat that. I don't eat beans at all. I don't even know what that is. And this look like dog food.
You don't like meat?
I don't eat stuff like this.
But that's good nutrition, that's good protein.
Like I don't eat beans at all.
But how about the meat?
I don't eat that kind of meat. I haven't really ate nothing since I've been here.
You're not gonna fade away. You're gonna be fine.
Despite losing 60 pounds during her hospital stay, LaTonya gained 5 pounds back shortly after returning home. At her final checkup, she was in disbelief about her weight gain, blaming a supposedly malfunctioning scale. Dr. Now, having exhausted all options, delivered one last dose of his trademark blunt advice, telling her he could no longer help her if she wasn't willing to help herself. He decided not to schedule any more appointments for her, a Toklovy approach to hopefully spark some self-motivation.
You go home and you start gaining again. So what's with that?
I'm not gonna say that. I think that it may be the lymphedema, I don't know now. But I really have like cut down on the sweetening, the drinks, like a lot of stuff that I used to do. I cut down on it, but like with the exercising and stuff, I haven't been able to do none of that from the pain and stuff.
It's not lymphedema. It is your eating habit, and you have not been able to change that.
When Ashley Bernard first appeared on our screens, her life was at a standstill. Weighing in at 637 pounds and living in Louisiana, Ashley was not just carrying extra weight, she was burdened by the consequences of morbid obesity, confined to her home, relying on a walker, and unable to care for herself without help from her family and elder daughter. Ashley's situation was dire. But was she ready for the wake-up call Dr. Now was about to deliver?
So I'm forced to depend on my family to do things for me, even though I hate it. And because of how much help I need now, I had to move back in with my parents so that my mom could help me out. And my oldest daughter, Anaya, has to do a lot for me too. She's 11 and she helps a lot with taking care of my youngest daughter.
Tired of being stuck in the same routine and motivated by the desire to play a more active role in her children's lives, Ashley turned to Dr. Now. During their first meeting, she opened up about her struggles, including being an assault survivor, which she felt had contributed to her weight issues. However, Dr. Now, ever the straight shooter, challenged her not to let her past define her future. His words were clear: do not use your past as an excuse. It was the tough love she needed. And guess what? It worked.
All right, so Ashley, we're dealing with an issue that you need to understand, okay? Because you have an eating disorder where you don't want to stop overeating and you make excuses why you aren't able to do that. So this is something that we will need to address. But the first place we will start is with a diet that will help you lose some weight. So I'm going to give you some stuff that I want you to read every night, okay? So this diet is going to limit you to only 1,200 calories a day. And if you stick to that...
Spurred by Dr. Now's no-nonsense approach, Ashley threw herself into her weight loss efforts with newfound determination. She hit the gym hard, tackling the treadmill like a boss. Her commitment started to pay off quickly. Under Dr. Now's watchful eye, she began shedding weight at an impressive rate. Her progress was so remarkable that within months, Dr. Now gave her the green light for weight loss surgery. But how did this chapter in her journey end?
You are making progress that is consistent. So I see the positive changes you're making, and I'm proud of you for that.
Thank you.
So this is where we are at. You've lost a total of 100 pounds, and you've made some good changes in your eating habit, and it's showing that you are losing weight, and you're moving in the right direction. And so I will approve you for weight loss surgery.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yes, but here's the condition, okay?
Okay.
By the end of her time on the show, Ashley had lost over 133 pounds in less than a year, a phenomenal achievement. But she didn't stop there. Ashley continued to push herself, and the results kept coming. Nowadays, she flaunts her transformation on social media, where she actively shares updates with fans and followers. While she keeps her full body shots scarce, her glamorous selfies speak volumes of her confidence and the long way she's come.
I had to do. He gave me a goal of losing a minimum of 20 pounds a month until surgery. But my goal for myself these months is to be doing as good as I have been. So I've been pushing myself just as hard and then harder now, because I'm not only staying strict with my diet, but my mom sent me.
Ashley now lives an active lifestyle and sticks to her diet and workout regimen diligently. She's well under 400 pounds and thriving, showing everyone that beauty isn't just skin deep. It's about the strength and spirit within. Her social media bio encapsulates her philosophy. Beauty is not defined by the shell of a person, it's the beauty within. Ashley Bernard's story is more than just weight loss. It's about overcoming life's hefty challenges and transforming adversity into an advantage. Dr. Now's tough love may be savage, but it's also a powerful catalyst for change.
For the past month, I've been focused on getting back to where I need. And Tiffany has been a big support to me in doing it. She was shook with seeing the gain I had at my appointment too. So she's been an encouragement, helping me to be more positive and focus on getting right again. But it's still a struggle, and I do have a hard time with negativity at moments, because all those fears and worries I have aren't just gonna go away.
When Benji Bolton and his brother David debuted on My 600 LB Life, the brothers weighed 1,300 pounds. David, the heaviest at 747 pounds, explained that they grew up poor and would spend all their extra money on junk food. Unlike his brother Benji, who weighed just 582 pounds, David explained that he gained weight faster than his siblings and already weighed 140 pounds by the time he was 10 years old. Nonetheless, the brothers were determined to lose weight and change their lives.
And I know I'm looking at my future. I don't struggle as bad as David yet, but it's starting to get pretty bad for me too. And I can see my body starting to fall apart like his.
I've had these sores, I guess, ever since I started getting real heavy, and wish I could get rid of them. Feels like your skin's about to tear. I've got lymphedema in my left leg, and it swells up. I only have the lymphedema on the one side compared to where my brother has them on both sides.
After consulting Dr. Now, the brothers were placed on a specialized diet that kick-started their weight loss journey. David quickly dropped about 141 pounds, which qualified him for bariatric surgery. However, Benji struggled with losing weight, only dropping 14 pounds within the same time frame. Nonetheless, he took inspiration from David's improvement by working harder. Eventually, Benji also qualified for his bariatric surgery.
And I'm scared. I'm real scared. This is the last chance for both of us. But I don't think Benji realizes how drastic this is. And we might fight like brothers fight, but I love him. And I'm worried about him. So we're gonna get the help and we're gonna do this, Benji.
You just gotta put it in your mind that you wanna do it.
Benji lost 361 pounds, reaching an astounding 218 pounds after 12 months. However, even he wasn't safe from Dr. Now's wrath. When he returned for another appointment, Dr. Now was shocked to learn about his weight gain. The popular surgeon discovered his patient had gained 27 pounds and unloaded on him.
Benjamin, you don't seem to have done as well.
No, sir.
You only lost 11 pounds. So you're not ready. And I still need to see more from you before I'm convinced that you're ready for weight loss surgery, okay?
Yes, sir.
Now hold up, we're doing this together.
Dr. Now said, "You're trying to tell me that almost 30 pounds just magically appeared on your body?" Benji tried diverting the conversation by stating that his excess skin stressed him and that only surgery could help him. His denial and lack of awareness further angered Dr. Now, who shut him down savagely. He sarcastically asked, "Do you have a medical degree I don't know about?"
But I'm not sure Benji has been serious about this at any point. So I'm giving him one last chance. And if he's finding security in the fact that he's the smaller one, then if he doesn't change very soon, that no longer will be the case.
I'm really glad that I'm moving ahead of my weight.
When David and Benji starred in the show, the brothers had a very good relationship. Despite their personality differences, they helped and motivated each other to achieve their weight loss goals. However, when Benji appeared on My 600 LB Life, Where Are They Now?, Benji sadly admitted that he and his brother had a falling out. One of the reasons the brothers stopped seeing eye to eye was David's decision to sue Megalomedia, the studio that produces My 600 LB Life. After their stint on the show, David sued the company and the producers.
Ever since our house has been destroyed, and it's been really hard.
Yeah, the most challenging part is just not knowing how long everything's gonna take to be able to get back in the house.
So we're all just doing what we need to get through this time. But it's cramped here for a family, and that's stressful. And we don't have a full kitchen. So we're still not able to really prepare a lot of healthy meals. And what we eat has to be fast and simple, so fast food is the option sometimes.
The case documents filed by David allege that the lifestyle changes needed for him to undergo weight loss surgery made him frustrated and depressed, and that the show never provided any mental assistance for him. He also accused the studio of promising to pay all medical bills incurred under Dr. Now's care, but they didn't. Although there has been no recent update about David, hopefully he has stayed committed to his weight loss goals like Benji.
And we still have a lot of work to do. But I'm just so happy right now. And I'm really proud of both of us and how far we've come in just a short period of time. And I can't wait to see what more we're going to be able to do on our own and together.
Holly's battle with weight is not just a journey, it's a roller coaster of ups and downs that really puts her willpower to the test. Holly was 38 when she joined the show, tipping the scales at a staggering 658 pounds. From a young age, Holly struggled with PTSD, which led to significant weight gain. By 30, she had reached a shocking 600 pounds. Realizing the gravity of her situation, Holly initially took drastic measures, undergoing surgery that helped her slim down to 319 pounds. But could she maintain this massive loss?
Surgery. I wanted to take my life back and finally lose all the weight, so I had my stomach stapled. And for the year after that, I started to really lose weight for the first time in my life. And at first the surgery worked and I got down to 398 pounds. And I was really excited because I was doing well. I was 32 then, so it was almost 20 years since I was down that low.
Unfortunately, Holly's past traumas and ongoing food addiction saw her regaining the weight over the years. By her late 30s, she found herself grappling with extreme obesity once again. But this time, she was determined to make a lasting change and turn to the one and only Dr. Now. Holly's year-long journey on the show was fraught with challenges as she tried to stick to Dr. Now's stringent diet plan and qualify for weight loss surgery. But sticking to the plan was no walk in the park.
Before we go any further, start looking for a place to stop. I need something to calm my nerves.
Okay.
When we stop, I'm gonna have to put a pillow or something under my tailbone. It's really getting sore.
Okay. I take it we're eating in the car.
Yeah.
Can I get 2 Asiago Ranch Chicken Club sandwiches and 2 singles?
Would you like to add anything else?
No, that'll be all.
Pull around to your burp window.
One of the most memorable moments on the show was when Holly's struggle with her diet led to a fierce confrontation with Dr. Now. During a particularly intense meeting, Holly tried to justify her eating habits, but Dr. Now wasn't having any of it. In a moment of pure savagery, he hit her with, "So, chocolate is more important to you than living, apparently." Holly was visibly shaken, almost to tears. Dr. Now didn't stop there, sternly warning her that without serious effort on her part, he wouldn't consider proceeding with the surgery.
What is Dr. Plain saying?
I want chocolate, I want chocolate, I want chocolate, I want chocolate.
So chocolate is more important to you than living, apparently. All right, Holly. If you aren't even willing to do this and show me you're ready to work hard, even for the short term, then there is no point in us doing any weight loss surgery or revision on you. Holly has created a dynamic with Ray and probably her whole family to where she pretends to be confused.
Despite these tough love moments, Dr. Now's motivation eventually reached Holly. At the 5-month mark, she had shed only 47 pounds and felt quite discouraged. However, inspired by Dr. Now's no-nonsense approach and realizing what was at stake, Holly doubled her efforts. By the 7th month, she had lost an additional 47 pounds, totaling a 94-pound loss. This was the turning point that qualified her for the surgery.
You made some good improvement and you're close, which shows me you're taking some responsibility for your choices and starting to deal with what you need. So I think you're ready, and we'll go ahead and approve you for surgery.
Holy cow. Okay.
But I'm gonna set it for a month from now because I want to see you keep at it for a little longer. And when you show up for your operation.
By the end of her first year on the show, Holly had undergone weight loss surgery and lost 240 pounds. Dr. Now's tough tactics and Holly's renewed determination led to a transformation that was nothing short of remarkable. Holly's journey is a powerful reminder of the harsh realities of fighting obesity and the potential for redemption with the right guidance and mindset.
My favorite thing is this aerobic dance class I've signed up for that helps me get more exercise. It's just a ton of fun. And I figure if I get good enough, I can take Ray out and we can go dancing together.
Come on in. So this class is very beginner level. Everyone's gonna kind of be following along.